This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so anyways, just wanted to show you here. This is the home page for Trusted Choice. You can see the URL there at the bottom. This is where everything lives. The site's this is a brand new site. It's really easy to navigate. So you should be able to find all the programs I talk about pretty easily. Really quick, depending on when you catch this, if you sign up for our newsletter, which you can see with that white button before the end of April, then you'll be entered into a raffle to win a $50 gift card. So to start, I want to talk about Trusted Choice's national advertising efforts. So Trusted Choice, one thing that we do is we run national marketing campaigns that just promote the Trusted Choice brand, which in turn promotes independent insurance agents. And our campaigns, the ones we run, direct traffic to trustedchoice.com, which is our lead generation site, which then ultimately gets leads to agencies. So for example, the You Do You campaign is the last national campaign we did. And kind of the goal here is to encourage agents to kind of co-brand with this recognized national logo. So this campaign on its own had over 150 million impressions, 12 million video views. So a lot of consumers saw this. It's really popular. Let me see if I can show one quick version of one of the commercials. Kind of the format here is that it talks about how complex insurance needs can be for a consumer and how an independent agent can kind of focus or can kind of deal with it for them and let them just kind of deal with what they want to. Let me see if this will start.
You look pretty busy, Fred. Why try and manage that much insurance by yourself? A local Trusted Choice independent insurance agent can guide you through it. We'll help with the research, help determine your coverage needs at the right prices, assist with claims, and adapt to your family's needs as they change at no extra cost to you. So, we'll do your insurance. You just do you.
So anyway, so that's one of the commercials. There were a few, and then there's printed pieces, digital pieces, etc., to kind of round out that campaign. Here you can see some of the places that this campaign was run. So we had CNBC, we did YouTube and Hulu for the first time, social media, online. For the CNBC spots, we did something, these were a little more informative. You can see the topics we did there at the bottom. So it was about 2 were for business, 2 were for personal, and just this newscaster, Farnoosh, she really just kind of helped us do a little informative segment. They were at 30-second spots that just kind of let people know to reach out to a Trusted Choice agent to help them understand things like, you know, going to a remote workforce or doing home renovations, things like that. And then real quick here, you can kind of see the array of shows. This was the commercials were run on, those CNBC spots I just referenced. So yeah, they were all over the channel and they were run quite a few times. So moving on is I want to talk about our marketing campaigns and then just kind of leveraging the Trusted Choice brand overall. So here's another campaign we just recently did, the Big Picture campaign. So this just kind of talks about how an independent insurance agent can see the big picture of insurance needs for a consumer or for a business. So the You Do You campaign I just went over was run nationally. This one was not. Sometimes we create campaigns that are just for agents to use. They always highlight the value of independent agents. And then the beauty is, so these campaigns are just for agent use, and they can all be customized to include your agency logo and agency info, and then you can run them wherever you like. So the same thing is true of the You Do You campaign and any national campaign we've run. You can get those same exact materials, except instead of it directing consumers to trustedchoice.com, it can be customized to direct consumers to your personal agency. So that way consumers are seeing ads they've already seen with a logo they already recognize, but instead your logo will be beside it, and then you'll be capturing those leads instead of having to go through trustedchoice.com. So yeah, this new big picture campaign has been really popular so far. There's all types of ads. The big news here is this is also available in Spanish, which is new for us. So yep, this whole campaign, every piece of it is available in both English and Spanish. And then just here looking at the marketing campaigns page, we have several to choose from here. For the screenshot, you can just see the top 3. But just visit the marketing campaigns page. You can kind of scroll through and see which one works best for you. Here you can just kind of see how easy it is to order a campaign. So you just see an item you like and then just hit select, and then it'll go into your cart there. And then you just provide us with whatever information you want customized on there, whether it's a headshot or a logo, a website, etc. And then our graphic designer will turn that around for you and get it to you within a week. And then this is another way, if you happen to go to the marketing campaigns page, just to go ahead and you can you can filter it by the campaign, but also if you might not know which campaign might be the best fit for you, you can go here and just say, hey, I just want to get a magazine ad, or I just need a video, and then it'll just show you all the videos or whatever across all the campaigns, so then you can choose from there. And then, yeah, leveraging the Trusted Choice brand and logo. One thing, you can always do is just create your own ads, and then you can incorporate the Trusted Choice logo. So again, we really work to have this logo recognized by consumers via our national marketing campaigns, and it is really gaining traction. So, one thing I think that's overlooked a lot by members is that you have the ability to use this logo and attach it to your marketing to really increase your visibility, recognition, and trustworthiness. So, it exists to educate consumers about independent agents and just let them know that you're reliable and you can deliver customized coverage. So yeah, I really think this is underutilized by agents, and I would definitely consider using them. If you don't like the ads we have and you want to stick with your own, think about incorporating a Trusted Choice logo. And then the files can all be downloaded from the website, and there's there are guidelines available to show you how to use it. So, it's no secret that right now digital presence is more important than ever. So we do have a few programs that we work on to help you guys with that. So the 3 areas that we focused on are going to be your website, Google, and social media. So starting with your website, these days it's basically like your storefront. Often this is going to be the first impression your agency's making on a consumer. So it's really important that it makes the right first impression. So this is really one of the top areas you can invest that can really kind of set you apart from your competitors and just improve, customers' experience, and then ultimately create more business. So I'm gonna do a quick little video just to kind of show consumer behavior towards websites. Let's see.
Consider this. 75% of consumers judge a company's credibility based on its website, and fast. Users form an opinion about your website in about 0.05 seconds, so you need to make a great impression instantly. 39% of consumers say they'll click away from a site with images and content that's slow to load, and 88% are not likely to return after a bad online experience.
So those are just some quick stats, just to let you know. It's really, really important that your website kind of meet consumer expectations. There's obviously an infinite number of websites, so just think about yourself. If you're looking for something and you can choose between 2 companies, are you going to go with the site that has go with the company that has a website that's easy to use and looks modern, or the other? And you're always going to choose the website that looks modern and which gives it a little more credibility. So anyways, kind of, the one big thing is it can be hard to know if your website is up to task or not. And one thing we offer is our digital review service. So this is a program that gives you a free website review that can kind of give you some insights on what changes to make that can improve both user experience and your search engine rankings, so you can kind of turn up higher in search results. So the first part of the report looks at kind of the back end of your site, a little more technical aspects that might be, again, messing with your search engine rankings or, things like broken links, meta tags, if you're familiar with things like that. And then we look at kind of just the styling of your website and user experience. And then we'll also review your social media channels if you include those. So we have a bunch of supplemental documents that can kind of help with your website strategy, but it's really important. This is a great place to start with Trusted Choice if you're not sure kind of where to jump in. It's really easy to request, and all you have to do is just kind of put the request in, give us your website, and we'll take it from there. And you'll get back a really thorough report that's both, simple enough to understand if you don't have a technical background, but if you do have your web person, you can forward it to them, and it's very exact on, what it tells them to correct. So I would definitely recommend taking a look at this. Of course, it's totally free, like everything else that I'll be going over. So going a little bit more into the digital review. For starters, you get an overall score. So although it is technically on a 100-point scale, it doesn't usually operate that way. I would say like the top sites are around 70 or 75. Lower sites are about 35. So this 52 here is pretty healthy, although definitely some room to improve. Throughout the report, you'll see this passed, needs to improve, or fail. And this kind of lets you know how each thing goes. You'll see the table of contents that goes over each subject. So there's SEO, there's how friendly it is in mobile, etc. And then again, you'll see pass, moderate, or fail there at the bottom. And then on the bottom right, this is really important. You'll see both how impactful something is and how easy or difficult it is to resolve. So the one good thing about the report is it lets you choose kind of what you do or don't want to fix. So, you might see something that's not very impactful and really hard to solve, and you might say, you know what, I'm going to let that go. I'll be fine. But, the flip side of that is you might also see something that's really high impact and really easy to solve, and you might be able to just make, some changes that take just a couple minutes that could really kind of boost your SEO. And then, throughout the report, you'll see it kind of goes item by item, and then some of these, do hyperlink out to more thorough information sources that kind of let you know, how to create a strategy or why something's important. The social media review as well as part of it. So you'll get feedbacks that highlights kind of the strengths and weaknesses of your social media. It just kind of lets you know, make sure everything's filled out, make sure everything makes sense, is consistent. You'll also kind of receive some general information about social media best practices. And then, just kind of help you make sure your social media is working as best it can for you. So, the next step of that is if it turns out maybe you might need a new website, we do have some preferred partners for web services. So they all make great sites. Most of them work exclusively with independent agents. We've kind of stuck with this mix of agencies because they all kind of have a different price point, service level, capability, things like that. So if you're interested in a new site, I would definitely recommend one of these 6. I'm sure one of them can create what you're looking for. Generally best practice is to create a new website probably every 2 to 4 years. So if it's been much longer than that, it might be time to make an upgrade. And ultimately, it's probably a little more affordable than you think. There is pricing information on our preferred partners page. And yeah, you can get a new site that's really modern for not that much money. So check out the site if you're interested in that. The next area is Google, particularly Google reviews. So just kind of some quick stats here. 90% of people are reading online reviews before doing business with a company. Just think about every time you go to a restaurant or someplace you haven't been before, like 9 out of 10 people are doing this, and the insurance industry is no exception. The most important thing, I think, though, is that, almost the same 9 out of 10 trust online reviews as much as they do a personal recommendation. So this is really the new word of mouth. Like online reviews hold weight, and it's really important that you have them for your agency. So we do have on our site a page that kind of has Google reviews, materials that kind of guide you on strategies to get more and better quality reviews for your agency. So if you haven't begun that or you don't have very many reviews, I would definitely take a look at this and start working on that. It can really kind of help shoot you up the search engine results into kind of the business box, which is above your organic search results, and that can really set you apart and lead to a lot of business. So please take a look at that if you haven't started working on that yet. The next big one is social media. I know a lot of agencies don't really want to get involved with this too much or don't see the importance, but I would say the biggest reason that you should be on it is because your customers definitely are. So, I mean, real quick, daily active social media users, 3.5 billion people, which is, an incredible number. And then Facebook alone has 2.5 billion daily users. So, I mean, like if you're going to pick one, definitely go with Facebook, but your consumers are definitely using it. And it's a great way to engage with them, build some loyalty, build some recognition, understand them, help them understand you. So if you're confused about what to post, which many agencies are, simple answer I would say is don't overthink it. You don't always need a complex social media strategy for it to be effective. You just really want to make sure consumers in your local market know who you are and that they think of you when it's time to purchase insurance. So another resource we have is our content to share library. So it's a full library. It features graphics, articles, videos, infographics that are all kind of ready to use, and they're all based on insurance topics or holidays at the minimum. And it's really easy to just kind of grab and go and share these directly to your channels. So, I would say kind of using this stuff with maybe like a little bit of a mix of just kind of things personal to your agency, this is what our team is doing or someone new or anything like that is a good mix of, somewhat informative, somewhat personal that can, kind of help your local consumers kind of look to you for, for information and for just like a little bit of social media. So if you see here, if you were to click on an item, there is some suggested post copy that you can use or not use. And then if you see where that arrow is pointing, you can either share directly to your Facebook or Twitter, or you can just choose to download it and share it somewhere else. Additionally, we do have a content calendar. So this is something we have that can help you plan out your social media posts for the month. There are several programs available where you can kind of front load them. So you can just spend, an hour or so and put all your posts for the month and then just kind of set it and be done with it. One of them is called Hootsuite. That's my personal favorite, but there are a few others. So take a look if you're thinking about, you don't want to have to worry about posting every day at certain times. So anyways, this is a snapshot of our social media calendar. It'll just kind of show you what's going on that week, some suggested posts that are relevant to either holidays or seasonal things, like insurance related topics, things like that. So I would definitely recommend taking a look there if you need some help with social media. Okay, next I want to talk about the Trusted Choice Marketing Reimbursement Program. So all Big I members are eligible for up to $2,125 in reimbursement. And let me show you how that comes together. So there are three categories for reimbursement. One is for co-branding with the Trusted Choice logo, which is what I talked about in the beginning of the presentation. That means just using our logo alongside your own on pretty much anything consumer facing. I'll go into more detail in a second. The second is for a digital upgrade, and the third is for an Advantage subscription on trustedchoice.com. So for co-branding, let's kind of go into the details for that. So how much can you get back? So each agency location is eligible for up to $750, which means if you have multiple locations, you can technically get more than that $2,125. So, and this is done by way of matching. So if you spend $1,500 on something, you get back $750. It's a lifetime value, so that's it. Once you reach that $750 for a location, that's it. But you can use it in multiple transactions. So if you spend $500 on something, we'll reimburse you $250, and then you'll still have a balance of $500 left. So that's option one, and then we have another one here, which is new for 2021. We're calling it the digital marketing incentive. So it's new for 2021, and it might only be here for 2021. So I would definitely recommend, kind of taking advantage of this as soon as you can. So each agency location is now eligible for an additional $750 in reimbursement, but it has to be used for digital marketing efforts. So the first option I went over can be used for things like store signage, business cards, letterhead, pens, sponsorship, things like that, giveaway items, whatever. Pretty much anything consumer facing, but it includes tangible items. This is more for digital. So that means if you want to create an ad, if it incorporates a Trusted Choice logo, we can help you pay for that. If you want to pay to have an ad run, we can help you pay for that. You want to do social media advertising, we can help with those costs. So any of those things are eligible, and this is a great way if you haven't done digital marketing before. I'd really recommend giving it a try. This can also be used for TV commercials, radio spots, and if you have any questions about exactly what's eligible, you can definitely check online or just reach out to me directly. So yep, you can see kind of Facebook ads, online ads, TV, radio, and again, it can be for the cost of running them or the cost of creating them if you want to use your own. One thing to remember is the marketing campaigns I showed you earlier that we can create for you for free. You can also use those. So those are free to you, and then you can just use these funds towards the actual cost of running the ads. And then again, of course, they must include the Trusted Choice logo. So option two is for what we're calling a digital upgrade. So you get back a flat $500 when you build a new website with any of the preferred partners that I showed you earlier. So again, you should go to the site so you can kind of see the pricing, but you can, in addition to whatever pricing you see there, which we do have special pricing with some of them, you also get back a flat $500. This is not a 50% thing. So, I mean, with some of these, you can get like your first 2 months for $0 with this reimbursement. So I would definitely recommend taking a look. And again, if you're thinking about a new site, this is an extra $500 towards that. So it's really, really affordable to get a new site. And then option three is if you sign up for an annual Advantage subscription on trustedchoice.com. So if you sign up for that subscription for a year, you can get back $125. And that's in addition to whatever they may have going on. They often run specials and discounts, so you might be able to get that for a really good rate. So just to kind of bring it all together and just to kind of show you the big picture here, the idea here is that trustedchoice.com, which is where you get the Advantage subscription, they work to push leads towards your agency. If you sign up for the Advantage subscription, you'll have more leads coming your way. And then pretty much everything else I talked about, all the Trusted Choice resources, they help your agency improve your image and then kind of convert those leads. We want to make sure that once those people do come to your site and kind of get into your pipeline, that they like what they see and that you guys are doing the right things to kind of convert those leads into sales. So like I talked about earlier, we have our Trusted Choice national advertising efforts, and that drives consumers to trustedchoice.com. And then trustedchoice.com pushes leads to your agency. So that's one pipeline. And then the second one is those same national advertising efforts, which can be used by you, plus these additional programs I've talked about, social media, marketing reimbursement, things like that, all funneled towards your agency, all come together ideally for more sales. So that's kind of the big picture here, and it all kind of fits together, and there's only one goal here, which is to help you guys get more leads and get more sales. So again, I just wanted to remind you the site here, there's the URL there at the bottom. Feel free to poke around and take a look. There's always a live chat feature there at the bottom right. So if you have any questions, if it's during business hours that you want answered right away, you can always click that and a team member will be able to help you. But yeah, please take a look at the site and kind of give that a walkthrough when you have some time. And then if you have any questions, you can contact me directly at any time. You have my email address there. And then again, you can also visit the site. So I think that just about covers it. And yep, I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thanks.
I do
So-
have a quick question for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So do you have any like best marketing campaigns that you've seen? Like maybe an agency kind of started not doing any kind of marketing using Trusted Choice, and you've been able to see it kind of unfold to where they were able to compile all the resources?
Have I seen agencies use all of our resources together? Is that what you're asking
You know,
me?
like kind of from start to finish, where you could actually see the progression of their marketing campaign.
Yeah, sure. So we've had, several agencies. Again, they kind of get started with a digital review and they'll say, all right, let me see where we're at. And then they'll kind of say, oh, good, we need to make some changes. And then we've had a few which will then, kind of go into the new website with one of our preferred partners. And then at the same time, people will kind of jump in with the content to share and then hopefully ramp up to kind of utilizing our marketing campaigns in full. So, I mean, those agencies really are kind of yielding the most results out of this. One of the biggest differentiators between small agencies and medium to large agencies is marketing efforts and how much, rather, one, if they're doing them, and two, how much time or resources they put towards it. And these big agencies are the ones that are surviving and thriving right now, and the big reason for that is marketing efforts. So that's why we create these things. We really hope that more small agencies will take advantage of this so they can kind of compete and modernize in that way.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you again for your time today. We do have you presenting another webinar for us, and that will go into a little bit more detail about Trusted Choice and how to incorporate those resources into an agency's marketing strategy. So we look forward to hearing more about that, and thank you again for the presentation today.
Sure thing. Thanks a lot.